You had an interesting point you've made that both Vladimir Zelensky and Putin are thinking about, they're just politicians. They're thinking about the 2024 election, which is coming up for both of them.
Yeah, I've said that in some of the other interviews. Yeah, that's true.
That's so interesting.
They do, yeah.
I mean, I
Because
know
their election's going to be pretty much at the same time.
as the U.S. election
Yeah.
also.
Oh, theirs will be before. I mean, because it's sometime in that, early part of the year for the presidential election.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if you know about U.S. elections, but they actually last way longer than a year.
We're in it now, aren't we? Already.
We're already starting. So there's going to be a significant overlap.
Yeah,
do you
you're
think
right.
that actually comes into play in their calculus?
I think it was one of the reasons why Putin invaded in February of 2022, because it was going to be 2 years. I mean, he thought it'd be over by March of 2022, and he got 2 years to prepare for, the election. And he got a big boost. Not only he got a boost from Crimea. I mean, I didn't mention that before. I mean, one of the reasons for invading Crimea and invading Ukraine the first time and annexing Crimea was, look what happened to his ratings. Yeah. They went from kind of declining, and they were still pretty good, by anybody's standards, to just rocketing off into the stratosphere. I mean, I didn't really meet anybody in Russia who thought that annexing Crimea was, kind of a bad thing. I mean, even, kind of people who opposed Putin on so many other things. Crimea was, Krim nash, they kept saying. This is kind of, we got it back. It should never have gone away. It was ours, but this is more complex. And he wasn't, I don't think at the time, planning on annexing all of Ukraine when he went in this special military operation. He was going to try to turn it into what Belarus has become, part of a, bring back the Commonwealth of Independent States, or the union, a new union with Belarus and Ukraine and Russia over time. But certainly, remove Ukraine as a major factor, independent factor on the world stage, and, consolidate Crimea, and maybe, kind of incorporate Donetsk and Luhansk, kind of, that was also a possibility. But it wasn't in his intention in any case to have something on this kind of scale. He wanted to get on with then preparing for what was going to be, he would think, the cakewalk, the shoe-in of the next presidential election. I mean, last time around, he had to invite a bit of competition with the person who's reputed to be his goddaughter, Ksenia Sobchak, for a bit of, kind of entertainment for people. This next time around, maybe he wasn't really planning on running, against any other, serious opposition. He was just going to have the acclaim of, the kind of the great leader, like President Xi in China. Putin, was basically, I think, he also hoped that he would be able to devolve some authority away, kind of, so he's more like the supreme leader kind of figure, the czar-like figure, the monarch, and then, other people get on with the chief executive, prime ministerial running the country, and he could kind of like step back and just enjoy this. Maybe there was going to be again a new union of Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine in some, fashion, and he would preside over that.